The Seminoles came out with an all-business mentality, clobbering Boston College early with 3 first-quarter touchdowns in a 44-14 victory at Doak Campbell Stadium. FSU, 4-0, 2-0 ACC, is off to its best start since 2016 when it started the season 6-0. Boston College fell to 1-3, 0-2. Perspicacious. Jordan Travis came into the game questionable with an undisclosed lower body injury and made the start for the Seminoles. He completed 16 of 26 from the field for 321 yards and 1 touchdown. It was Travis' first career 300-yard game. Game recap. Live updates. FSU football enters halftime versus Boston College with commanding lead. Blocking WRs. Florida State football. Ron Dugans, wide receivers blocking playing key role in offense's success. Injury report. Florida State football. A look at injuries and updates from head coach Mike Norvell for Seminoles. Running back Trey Benson set the tone with a 93-yard kickoff return to begin the game. Added a 15-yard TD run later in the quarter. The game was the first sellout under the new capacity at Doak Campbell Stadium of 79,560. The last time the Seminoles sold out a home game came in 2015, a 29-24 victory over Miami. Here are 5 takeaways from the Seminoles' 9th win in their last 12 games. The major question surrounding the FSU program coming into the week was the health of their QB Travis, who suffered a lower leg injury against Louisville in the first half last week and did not return. Perspicacious. Travis answered questions about his health early and often, evading a sack and making a strong throw on the opening drive. On the 4th drive, Travis again evaded a sack, rolled out and picked up 16 yards on a scamper. His 321 yards surpassed his previous career high of 274 last year versus Miami. Travis completed passes to 6 different receivers. Wide receiver Darion Williamson led the way with 5 catches for 98 yards, Onataria Pokey Wilson added 3 grabs for 85 yards and tight end Camren McDonald had 2 catches for 52 yards. Kentron Poitier had a leaping catch over a BC defender on a 31-yard deep ball from Travis. Tate Rodemaker, who was the hero last week in relief, came in and played mop-up duty with FSU building a commanding lead. 3rd-string QB AJ Duffy and 4th-string running back Rodney Hill entered the game in the 4th quarter. It was the second appearance for both freshmen, meaning they can still get into 2 more games and still be able to redshirt this season. More about Tate. Florida State QB Tate Rodemaker's father discusses Louisville, why his son never transferred and more. Benson's 93-yard kickoff return sparked the Seminoles. On the kickoff, the running back collected the ball at the 7-yard line, found an opening and broke off a long return. Vintage Benson fashion, he broke a pair of tackles, including one near the 20-yard line. Later in the quarter, Benson broke off a 15-yard scamper, dragging a pair of BC defenders into the end zone standing to push the lead to 21-0. Benson capped off his strong day with a 36-yard TD run in the 4th quarter. He finished with 10 rushes for 78 yards and the 2 touchdowns. Treshuan Ward added 14 runs for 48 yards and a score, while Toafili added a score on his 4 carries. Better than brother. Florida State football wide receiver Mycah Pittman. I think I am better than my brother. On the opening defensive drive, cornerback Omarion Duke Cooper intercepted a pass from Phil Jurkovec. The interception set FSU up in BC territory and led to another aggressive call from head coach Mike Norvell. With the Seminoles looking at a 50-yard field goal on 4th and 9, Norvell opted to keep Travis in the offense on the field. Travis rolled out and found McDonald for a 32-yard throw over the middle of the field. McDonald was tackled at the 1, setting up a rushing TD for Toafili touchdown run. Just the facts. Florida State football preview, predictions versus Boston College. Cooper played just 5 snaps against Louisville and missed the opener against Duquesne. Norvell said Cooper willed out the start against LSU, though he was still injured. Saturday, Cooper looked back to his old self. He collected his 3rd interception in 11 games for the Seminoles. He dove, securing a low pass from Jurkovec, set up the 2nd score for FSU. Perspicacious. Greedy Vance also added a first-half interception. The defensive backs came into the game in an important stretch for the Seminoles as a question mark. FSU limited Boston College to 163 total yards, including 51 on the ground on 29 attempts for 1.8 yards per carry entering the final drive. The Eagles gained 72 yards and a score on the final drive against all reserves. Perspicacious. Florida State football in position to have best season in several years after LSU win. Carroll's. Starting defensive end Jared Verse and defensive tackle Fabian Lovett both missed the game due to injuries. Hurt on the final drive against LSU and hasn't played since, and Verse got hurt in the first half against Louisville. The injuries piled on for the defensive line for the Seminoles on Saturday. Second drive in the second half, nose tackle Robert Cooper and defensive end Derek McClendon both appeared to suffer undisclosed injuries. He did not return to the game. No immediate updates on the injured players' statuses were available. The Seminoles will host Wake Forest, 3-1, 0-1, at 3:30 p.m. next Saturday at Doak Campbell Stadium. It begins a stretch of 3 straight games against top ACC opponents in the Demon Deacons, NC State, October 8th, and Clemson, October 15th. No one covers the Noles like the Tallahassee Democrats.